Hello, this is me, ManMat201, and
The Angry Gorilla.
we are reviewing Quake 3 Arena. Nope, we're not playing with each other, so yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And
you disappoint me.
let's start with the review.
Yeah. You go first, man. It's your channel.
The only story there really is the best warriors from these different places get dragged into this place, into an arena, and you pretty much fight to the death. So you got like Doom Guy versus the protagonist from Quake 2 versus the Ranger, which is the guy from the original Quake.
Yep.
Some other enemies.
Yep. Kinda is like the storyline of Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
No difference, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, like, if Doom Guy was in Super Smash Brothers, and Quake Guy was in Super Smash Brothers, and they were just both on testosterone, that would be this game in a nutshell. Oh yeah, in Super Smash Brothers you have to be too. That's just minor difference.
This game it's not a true Quake sequel.
Yeah, it's not really a sequel to Quake 2. Okay,
not even 2.
Okay, it's not a sequel at all. Here's how the Quake series goes. The only sequel in the Quake series is Quake 4. It's a sequel to Quake 2. Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3, they're all different games in the same franchise.
Yeah. And in this Quake, did you talk about that Quake Wars?
No, I don't know.
Territory Wars or whatever. It's pretty much kind of a sequel or prequel, I can't remember which, to Quake 2. Because you're fighting the Strog in there. So.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that, to be honest.
Yeah, I barely heard of it until recently. And it's basic deathmatch, 24/7. That's what this game is.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing innovative other than the graphics at the time was really good.
Yeah.
It's so bare bones. Unreal Tournament came out the same year, had much more to offer.
As far as gameplay or graphics?
Well, gameplay and, graphics, I don't know.
As far as the graphics go, at the time this was a really advanced game.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's still aged surprisingly well, and that's partially because, hello, this is a PC game in the early 90s, or late 90s, of course, it's going to be graphically impressive nowadays. Because, like, in the PlayStation 1 and 64, Sega Saturn era, there was a lot of jagged angles, polygons were all over the screen, it was just really weird. But on PC, we have had, since basically the mid-90s, really high quality graphics, and because of this, Quake 3 aged really well. Yeah, I think the graphics are a bit better than Unreal Tournament, Quake 3, but it also has smaller levels. Yeah,
a lot smaller. And again, that's why Doom 3 looks better than most games, because it's small.
Yeah. So Quake 3 has good graphics. As far as the gameplay goes, this was really one of the first shooters to usher in fast-paced combat, almost like what you see in the Halo franchise, although a lot faster with a lot more guns and more options. The only things that really did that before this was Quake 2 and Quake 1, because there was actually multiplayer for that.
Yeah.
It just was nowhere near as popular as Quake 3. Quake 2 was really when the scene started exploding, especially in the modding scene. Like, I don't know if even ManMat, not that many people know this, but Team Fortress was originally a mod for
original Quake
2. No,
was it Quake? Yeah,
it was Quake 2.
It was Quake.
It was Quake 2.
It was Quake.
It was Quake 2. It was Quake 2.
If you see those player models, it's Quake.
It's Quake 2.
Quake.
It's Quake 2.
It's the original Quake.
It's for the original Quake 2.
The original Quake.
Okay, let's just agree to disagree. But the point is, even though Team Fortress's main franchise, the paid franchise, is mostly based on the Source games and Half-Life, it originally was actually based on the Quake games. So Quake 2 in particular was really the game to start the heavy craze of online games and modded online games. Of course, Quake helped with this a bit, but Quake 2 is really when it exploded. But Quake 3 was when it became a lot more competitive.
Yeah,
now it
mainstream.
wasn't just now it was really mainstream. And we also had Unreal Tournament at the time. And this is the part where a lot of people will tell you Quake was best because honestly, for every Quake fan, there's probably 2 Quake fans that are not that big of a fan of Quake 3. Like, a lot of people like this, but even Quake fans will admit this game is just kind of okay. And that's because nowadays it hasn't aged well with the gameplay. Mostly because the early Unreal Tournament game beat this by a long shot.
Yeah, there's a lot more content.
Not only did it have more content, but it had bigger scope and much more classic and fun weapons to use. And that's kind of the problem with Quake 3 is its gameplay is really good, but considering it's centered around nothing but multiplayer, it comes off as a bit generic compared to Unreal Tournament. Now I know that's a bit of an unfair comparison considering Unreal Tournament was a new IP, even though it's part of the Unreal series. It was basically a new IP. So I know it's unfair to compare it to Unreal Tournament when they both released the same year and there was no previous tournament game that they could have, modified Quake 3 out of. But in the end, it still feels kind of generic. It's still really fun, fast-paced, and there's actually still a pretty big competitive community for it. But I just find that even later console games like Halo beat this in fun factor. And that's saying a lot. Halo's not even that competitive compared to like Quake.
Yeah.
But I still consider it to be a better game. Well, better than Quake 3.
Yeah, because I'm a Quake fan. I like the Quake series. I mean, I own all the games. And I just don't...
Do you own Quake 64?
I don't like this game. Like, okay, I kind of do because it's really fast-paced and I like really fast-paced games. But, I don't know. I don't like it being multiplayer only, everything being on small maps. I need bigger maps, and that's where Unreal Tournament steps in. Goes up everything, and there's no campaign in here, and it kind of does suck, because you don't got any cool levels like that, it's just multiplayer all the time.
Well, yeah,
and the experience could be really bad or really terrible.
I think one of the biggest downfalls of this game is that, the guns aren't that memorable. I will admit the sniper, which I think is called the beam rifle, is a pretty memorable gun just because of how fun it is to use. But every other gun in this game
is from the other Quake game.
Yeah, I know it is. I know the beam rifle from other Quake games.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that every gun in this game besides that's pretty generic. Even the beam rifle's generic. To put it this way, the battle rifle from Halo is literally just a battle rifle. Its name is the battle rifle. But look, it's one of the most famous guns in shooter history. It's because the gameplay with the battle rifle is fun.
Yeah.
There's only like one gun in this entire game where the gameplay is significantly fun. Sure, it's fun to kill people with rocket launchers, but that's because they're easy to use weapons, not because they're fun weapons. I mean, I don't know, like almost every gun in Halo and Gears of War is popular because they're fun guns to use. But there's not really that much guns that stand out in Quake 3. That's kind of a problem.
Yeah. And one thing I want to complain about too is there's no memorable music in this game. Like Quake 2, there's stuff I can remember off the top of my head.
And Quake.
That game, in the original Quake, even though it was really quiet as hell, the ambiance helped. Sound effects are good in here. It comes out kind of generic.
Well, the music sucks compared to Doom. Seriously, those
awesome. It's like they stepped down in sound department a lot until like Doom 3. Like I admit, the sounds in there are really top notch.
I don't know. I mean, I think Quake 2's soundtrack personally is almost as good as Doom. Maybe not as good, but really, really close. Same thing with Quake 1, but to a lesser extent.
Well, yeah. What would you rate this game?
Oh, that's a hard one. Oh my. overall, I think I'm gonna rate this game an 8.5 out of 10. I do not hate it as much as Manbat. Like, Manbat doesn't hate it. He doesn't like it as much as you'd expect. And I honestly like this game quite a bit. I do post a lot of, criticism with it, but that's because compared to Unreal's Tournament, which I've played a little bit at friends' houses, it's just nowhere near as good. I mean, even slower-paced games like Halo, the original Halo, are more fun than this one. Overall, this is probably one of the worst games in the Quake series. That's not a bad thing.
Not the worst. The fourth.
No, one of the worst.
Yeah.
To put it simply, that's kind of like saying chocolate ice cream is one of the worst ice creams on the planet. That's not saying a lot because all ice cream is good.
Yeah.
So saying 3 is one of the worst isn't really that bad. That's not saying that much because there's so many good games. Yeah. The only game that is bad is Quake 4. That's game 2.
And it's kind of sad that Quake 4 is bad because it's made by a rather good developer.
I don't know who it is.
Raven Software.
Raven?
Yeah.
Wait, Raven developed that game?
Yeah. I know. They got a Singularity, which was really good. Then the Hexen games. It's just mind-boggling. But anyways, I would give this game a 6. It's pretty much mediocre.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. So yeah.
Wait, what was your score?
6.
Oh, whoa, man. Ooh. That's 6?
I rarely lay down the hammer, and I'm gonna lay it down in this game.
Wait, you like Skyrim a whole point more than Quake 3? I am not your friend. We are done. Well, nice going, yeah.
Well, this has been another great review. Please comment.
Okay, if you rate Morrowind at 4 points worse than Skyrim...
Oh no, that's going to be all the way up to the 10th, man.
Well, that's too high. That's too high. Now we're
not 10, like a 9 at least, or like
well, now we're definitely not friends. 9 is too big.
Okay, fine. I'll give Morrowind 8.5 because the combat.
No, 8.5 is too big.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
2 and 8.
An 8, really?
Just do an 8. Just do it. Just see what happens when you do an 8.
We'll do that when we do that review.
Just do an 8.
We'll do Morrowind review.
No, just say I rate it an 8.
I'm not rating this game an 8 unless you're playing the original version of the game.
No, rate Morrowind an 8. Just say it. Just say it. Like.
Okay, it's an 8. It's an 8.
Well, wait, what game's an 8?
Oh my god. This is gonna be bad at 2.1.
What game's an 8?
Morrowind.
Well, that's too low. You gotta rate it higher than 8.
You just suck at everybody. You just troll me. Okay. Please comment, subscribe. This is me, Man Bat, and Gorilla. We are out.